Hello YouTube, and today I'm making a video that I've intended to make for quite a long time, and actually I've intended to make it for so long that a new version of this backpack has actually come out in the meantime. And I'm sure, as you might guess, this is the Goruck Rucker 2.0, the second version of this backpack. And in October 2020, the Rucker 3.0 came out. And it made some improvements to the backpack, mostly in the shoulder straps and the back panel, the carry system, to make it a little bit more comfortable to carry. They changed up the fabric to be a little less rough. They added padding in the lumbar area. They changed the shape of the back panel, the frame sheet a little bit, just to make the whole thing a little bit more comfortable. And they also offer the option for a sternum strap and a waist strap, a hip belt, to make the whole package a little bit more comfortable to carry. But I don't intend to review that, and I don't intend to do a sort of thorough feature-based review. What I want to talk about today with the Goruck Rucker is what is it like to use this backpack, and what are all some of the different uses of the backpack. And I think those experiences that I've had in those subjects still applies to the Rucker 3.0, the new version of the Rucker, because not much has changed in the feature set except for that back panel and the shoulder straps and the included options. So I just want to focus on those different uses and what it's like to use this on an everyday basis. The first thing I wanted to get into was just a basic overview of the feature set. I don't want to get too deep into this because there's plenty of videos out there on that already. You can go to the Goruck website and scour that if you want a detailed overview of the features. But compared to that GR1, you've got a little bit different interior pocket setup. You've got on the inside of this, you've got the plate pocket, the weight plate pocket up top. On the GR1, it's a MOLLE, array of MOLLE up here for attaching things. And you've got the two basic inside pockets, your mesh pocket on the bottom, and then this pocket up top. And on the outside, you've got this front pocket, which is kind of thin and deep. May not be the greatest for small objects, but larger objects like books or, in this day and age, bottles of hand sanitizer. I put suntan lotion, maybe a hat, jacket, gloves, that sort of thing. And then you've got your handles on the sides, on the bottom. You got drain holes on this thing too. And you got MOLLE, and as you can see, I've attached pouches and pockets to the MOLLE. I'm trying to utilize those as much as I can. And you've got that exterior durable fabric. That this thing is as durable as they say it is. It's pretty hard to damage this fabric. Your stitches and your zippers are probably going to fail before this fabric does. So, yeah, your basic overview of features. And what's it like to use these features on an everyday basis? I find it all to be just enough. If you're using it for rucking, it's the perfect amount of feature set because you get those ruck plates in there. I actually like to use sandbags. I haven't got the ruck plates. I will get them soon. But I put some sandbags in here. I put 30 to 35 pounds of sandbags. And then I have like a jacket on the bottom of this to give it more structure and raise those sandbags up so the weight isn't all on the bottom, pulling down on you. It centers the weight, brings it up a little bit. But for rucking, I think this feature set is just about perfect. And I've added the sternum strap and this waist belt, hip belt to add a little bit more stability and structure to the system when I'm carrying a bunch of weight in it. And then it's got just the right amount of pockets for that purpose. On the inside, you can put wallet, phone, keys. On the outside, it's better for those larger objects you want easily accessible. So for rucking, and then the whole structure, the back plate, the thick shoulder straps, that structure is great for weighted carries. Now, I don't do like Goruck competitions. What I do is I do it for workouts to supplement my running. I'm a distance runner. I like to train mostly by running a lot, but sometimes I want to do something a little different, a little bit more strength-based. So I'll throw a bunch of weight in here, walk around the neighborhood. I also like to do backpack camping. And so to train for those trips, I'll do a few trips where I throw a bunch of weight in here. I walk around the neighborhood or I take it out on a day hike. And I like that rather than loading up my whole hiking backpack, my whole 60-liter hiking backpack, and putting a bunch of stuff in there. I prefer to just put the sandbags in here or in some water and carry that around to train for backpacking trips as opposed to using my hiking backpack. So for me, mostly I use this for a different type of workout, for training for backpacking trips, and not doing rucking events and that sort of thing. But for me, it works for that purpose. Now, another common usage of this is you can use it for everyday carry. And one big question is everyday carry. Can you fit like a laptop in here? And I'm going to demonstrate that real quick. I have a ThinkPad, about 13-inch laptop. Where'd it go? Right here. So I got a ThinkPad, and you can use this bottom elastic pocket on the inside to put about a 13-incher in there. It's got a little bit of give on the side, so maybe you could fit a smaller 15-inch laptop, like the MacBooks are pretty small these days. Maybe you can fit a Dell XPS 15, something a bit smaller, 15-inch. But you can easily fit like a 13-inch or 12-inch laptop in there. Now, it may not be the most protected, so if you want to protect it more than having that top exposed or being up against this rough 1000 denier fabric, you might want to have a backpack with a dedicated laptop pocket, or get that GR1 if you're carrying a laptop every day. But if you're just occasionally carrying a laptop, not all the time, this could work for your everyday carry purposes. Now, I said that the pockets are enough for rucking purposes, but for everyday carry, I think the pockets are a bit lacking. You can't really carry smaller items. You can't really put like a water bottle in there unless you add pouches and pockets like I have. So for everyday carry, it would be nice if maybe there was one or two more pockets on the inside, or this outer front pocket. Maybe you did two like smaller pockets, or maybe you did some like vertical torpedo pockets. I don't know. I just think the pockets could be a little bit more improved for everyday carry. Even though that's not the main purpose of this, it could help improve its features for everyday carry. Maybe the next version of the GR1 will have a little bit different pockets. I don't know what Goruck plans to do. But for everyday carry, I find the pockets a little lacking. And so I've added water bottle pockets. You got the closed one with the buckle, which you can put a little bit more in a water bottle in there. Since this buckles, you can put smaller objects and not be worried about them falling out. This is a Goruck mesh water bottle pocket. And they were selling this on their website before, but not so much anymore. I don't know how much they plan to sell pouches and pockets. They seem to not have a lot available anymore. And then I had a couple aftermarket pockets here. These are 511 Tactical. There's so many choices out there. I just got these ones because they seemed a little bit more better quality than some of your cheaper ones. And this one, I complained about not having pockets for small items. Well, this little pouch here has all kinds of small pockets. On the outside, I just put my keys here. And then you open it up on the inside, and there's 3 smaller slip pockets. Put my wallet there. And you got knife, lighter. You can put some thinner objects here, and then you still have the main area. So you can put all kinds of, I just fit all this stuff in there, and there's room to spare. And then this thing's kind of cool. This is like a drop pouch. And I got a rain jacket here. And say you got a more compressible, bulky item that there's nowhere else to put it, or you want to save space on the inside. This drop pouch is pretty useful for something that's more compressible, that isn't that heavy. You don't want to take like a 10-pound dumbbell and put it here. You're going to want the heavier weights on the inside, closer to your back. But for like a rain jacket, this is a great little feature. It kind of hangs off a little bit, but when you're hiking and stuff, it's going to stay out of your way. So you know, I like this little drop pouch here. I'll be honest with you, on like an everyday carry basis, I'm probably going to take these front pockets off. I'm probably not going to use them that much. So I will be probably take those off. But if I use this more for hiking or as like an everyday outdoor work backpack, this I'd probably keep these on here for the versatility to give me a few more options to fit these smaller items like lighters and knives, maybe a headlamp, matches, water treatment, things that are very useful if you're out on a day hike or if you're out in the wilderness. So I like the ability to add these sorts of pouches if I'm using this more on an outdoorsy purpose rather than everyday carry around town. I'll probably keep these side water bottle pockets for everyday carry just to have that option to put water bottle or coffee mug there, but I'll probably take these off, to be honest. And so that the transition to another possible use of this backpack is you can use it for outdoor work. I went on a trail building trip recently, and instead of using one of my hiking backpacks, I brought this to use to carry to the work site every day. And I found this to be quite useful for that purpose because it's so durable. It's pretty comfortable to use. It carries a lot of weight comfortably with the whole structure and frame. So it was very useful for that purpose as opposed to your average hiking backpack, which might be built more to meet a weight goal rather than durability. So I found this pretty useful for outdoor work. So if you're involved in trail building or you might be chainsaw trees, you're a sawyer, those sorts of outdoor work activities, this backpack's pretty useful for that. So everyday carry in the city or out in the middle of nowhere, wilderness. It's pretty useful for both purposes. Moving on to some other uses, I also have used it for sort of a gym workout bag. And what's great about it for that purpose, I'll put my running clothes and shoes in here, and you just get this whole front panel that opens up. And you can get your shoes in here and your running clothes, and you don't have to dig inside like you would with a duffel bag or a backpack that doesn't open as wide. So it's real useful to easily access your clothes and your shoes and maybe a water bottle on the inside. You can put water bottles on the outside, as I do. So it's pretty useful for a gym workout bag. And also, same theme, travel. Great travel, one bag travel bag. This is 25 liters. This is the taller version of the Rucker. And I find it to be useful for my frame. I'm 6 feet tall. I've got, like a 19, 20-inch torso. I found the 25-liter backpack to be a good fit for me as a taller person, taller than average. And so, but as a travel backpack, it's pretty useful for that wide opening. You can put packing cubes in here, whatever. If you're going to travel, probably be best to take all these pouches and pockets off because that's going to make it, might not fit your carry-on requirements for most airlines. If you are going to keep those pouches and pockets, something compressible like this mesh pocket here, you can press that down, take your water bottle out, and then when you're through security or whatever, you can take it back out and put your water bottle in there. But it's very durable. It's going to survive any sort of conditions you encounter traveling, whether it's the concrete jungle or the airport, the security line, or when they just toss it on the, the belly of the aircraft and all that. It's going to be more than durable enough for travel purposes. I also use this. It's a good motorcycle bag. It's nice and durable, and when you're going somewhere on your motorcycle, you take it off, you throw it on the concrete, it's going to be durable. And you can also, if you want to be a little bit more sleeker of a look, this is a recurring theme for me, you can take these pouches off and take those off if you want a bit sleeker look on your motorcycle. And then when you're wearing it, it is pretty comfortable because it has a nice firm structure to it. It's very firm, it's very straight up and down, and you can put this waist belt on you, And so when you're on there on the motorcycle, it stays in place. It's not flopping around in the wind or anything. It's very firm. So I've used it while wearing it on my motorcycle. So that's just a general overview of the different things you can use this backpack for that I found uses for it. And that's what I think the Rucker shines. You can use it for a heck of a lot of things, more than just its intended purpose. But there are a few downsides with it. And as I've mentioned, the pockets leave a little bit something to be desired. And the other downside of it is the whole back panel. So, it can be a little rough with this 1000 denier fabric. It also can be pretty hot and sweaty compared to something with a more ventilated mesh back panel that you might find on a hiking, outdoorsy backpack. It's going to be a little bit hotter. It's going to be a little bit rougher. In my case, pretty much any backpack I use, it's going to make my back sweat. Does this make my back sweat a little bit more than, let's say, one of those backpacks with like even the suspended mesh back panels that has a gap between your back and the backpack? Yeah, it's going to make me a little hotter. But in general, I run hot anyways. I have the sweaty back syndrome, and it is a little bit more hotter than say a hiking backpack. So the other thing is that this fabric's pretty rough. It is durable. It can be a little rough. It has this whole, I guess, tacti-cool look to it. Those things don't really bother me, because I'm pretty comfortable in who I am. I don't care what people think about when they look at me or judge me or whatever. I don't. And truthfully, people do not think about you or judge you nearly as much as you might think. So that's a general lesson in life, that no one thinks about you more than yourself. And if you think people might be judging you or thinking about you, guess what? They're not. They don't care. They're probably more focused on themselves, like you are focused on yourself. That's like a general rule with people. So who gives a crap if anybody thinks your backpack looks like some tactical doomsday prepper backpack? Who cares? If you like it, that's all that matters. That's all that matters. If you like yourself, if you like what you do, if you like the things you have, that's what matters. Life lessons from Dan. Enough of that. All right, just to wrap this whole thing up, I just wanted to do an overview of the different uses I've found for this backpack. What's it like to use it on an everyday basis? If I missed anything, just leave a question in the comments. Let me know. So thanks for watching. You do the whole like, subscribe, all that. I don't really mind. Do whatever you want. But I just hope this little video brought a little something to your day that you were looking for about this particular backpack. I'll see you later. Bye.